So we're live? Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel again. This week, we're going to be doing a different project, but I want to take a moment and say thank you, thank you, thank you for last week and watching my video. And it got 120 views so far, which I am ecstatic about because I'm a small-time YouTuber. Anyway, so this week, I thought we would do this pillow. This pillowcase is, I can't see what you're seeing. We're not live. Okay, check it. We're going to do this pillow wrap, and I got it originally from Shabby Fabrics a few years back, but you can do this with anything, and you can make your own or your own kit. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to use this kit, and we are going to use the scan and cut today to scan our pieces in and look like it's getting it together. So this may be a few videos, but today we're going to use the scan and cut. So let's do our July piece. So in this kit came this pellon. It's like a pellon. It's like a yeah, we can go down, buddy. Sorry, he's helping me here today. So in this kit, we got this stabilizer, one side fusible, and we're going to use that. In this kit, we also got what we're going to cover it with. The white will go on the pellon or our stabilizer. This will be binding. Okay, so that's pretty. This will be the rickrack that goes on the outside. That's adorable. And then we have some Velcro that we'll add when we put this pillow together, or the wrap together. And then they sent us these. In this kit is a hand towel that we're going to use to make the pillow case. So this is only a small pillow, a little travel size pillow, but they look so adorable wherever you set them. So anyway, we have that. Is that all good, bud? Good. Then in this kit, which we're going to work on today, oh, we have some pieces. As you can see, these pieces are for here, these rickracks and different things, maybe there. So we're going to set them aside for the moment. We got a little button. I'm not sure that'll tell me where to put the button, I'm sure. So we got that to deal with. But in this kit comes laser cut pieces. Now, you know, when you applique, you can take a piece of fabric. I'm just going to take this, and you would draw on the other side, and you would turn them under. I'm not a turn applique person, so I'm not really sure how that process is. I mostly cut my pieces on my scan and cut, and then I embroider them on with the use of some software. So in here, first off, when you have your paper pattern, which let's see, you get a diagram, and the diagram, if you're going to do it the scan and cut method, you would have to identify all these pieces and then trace them out so you could get, ta-da, so you could get the pieces you need into your scan and cut. But since we have cut laser pieces, I don't need to do this. We will do other ones where we start from that process, but not today. So in here we have part of the flag, the star. Let's see, do they still see that, buddy? Or is it too low? Okay, so we have the flag pieces. We have the pieces for the flowers. That goes there. That's what that is. We have a little heart to go in there. We have leaves for on our flowers, and we have the water can and the star. So we want to get these pieces into our scan and cut so we can start building our stitches, our process. On here, we can do I never thought about it, buddy, but I'm going to need the computer. Well, not now. Not now. But, okay, these pieces. Well, I'm going to scan it to USB. Let's just do it that way. Whoops, watch out, little girl. All right. So these pieces have one thread that I need to take off and release them from there so they weren't lost. One. These are really cute kits. Shabby Fabric has really cute kits. All the dealers do, all of them. So, excuse me. I feel like I got a frog in my throat. And because these are laser cut pieces, we want our pieces exactly the size that they are. So we're going to use them to make our outlines. That one. That one. Oh, let's see. I apologize if our camera isn't as accurate as it could be because we were having glitches today. So if you get glitches, just bear with us. I have my favorite cameraman on site and he will get us going. Okay, we have our little heart, our other part of our flag, our star, our leaves. And I'm just cutting these out to 1, 2, 3. And if you're watching live, let me know. Just put live in the comments. And then if you're watching on replay, let me know and put replay in the comments. I'm curious. So we have 3 petals and a star. So I think we have all our pieces. All right, so this is our scanning mat for our scan and cut, and we're going to put these pieces in there. The only piece that I see trouble with is this one because it's white on white. So we'll have to deal with that in a second. Let me move this other stuff. And on the scan and cut, the scanning mat is just a dust cover on top. It lifts up and we put our pieces underneath. So let's try and do that. All right, we already have our water can under. And we're going to put our 2 circles. And I'm going to want to remember which circle's which. These may be the exact same size. Let's see. And they are because they're laser cut. But if you don't, you cut these out yourself, I would recommend somehow keeping them separated. And I'll show you as we go. These 2 guys can go in here. We can put these up top. We don't want anything touching. We want nice clean lines around everything. Our flag piece. And then our flag, we're going to try to use up that space. our star. And then we have a little heart. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do this one separately. I'm going to scan this to USB because, and the reason I'm going to do it to USB is because Brothers has a Brother Canvas workspace online, and you can, that this can scan to and go up to their online service. They're doing away with that, so I'm trying to get used to the PC version. So I'm not real familiar with that, so I'm going to scan this to a USB so I can pull it up on my computer, and then I'll save it when I get there. And then this one we're going to do separate because we got to do, when it's white on white, it's not going to show up. And we'll show you. I'll show you. So we'll just put it here, and we're going to put that up there. Okay, everything's on. This little piece, we'll see. Oh, one other thing. Look at, we need to get the handle out of here. So let me cut that so it can see that part. Oh, sorry, buddy. Yep, good job. All right, so we're going to put this guy back under here. And as you can tell. Okay, so now we're going to go over to our scan and cut, and we're going to get it ready to scan this in. So we're going to switch our cameras. No, that one stays there. Is this one ready? Actually, we should zoom back. Yeah, we can do. I want to be able to see this part. All right, so here we are at the scan and cut, and this is our home screen up here. We will hit, once I power on, this is the screen we get. I want to scan data. You get pattern or scan. Pattern is for patterns that are already in the system. Scan is for something I'm doing outside of the system. Scan to cut data, or scan, direct cut, or scan to cut data. We're going to do a scan to cut data. And okay, so it's asking me create a cut draw line. Yes, yes, yes. And we're going to say, okay. Oh, we don't have the mat in. So to put your mat in, I'm putting it in between these two little levers. It comes in here against the rollers. Now, my machine is an old machine. Excuse me. If this machine can do it, your machine can do it. This is like a second generation. It just never wore out, and I have no reason to buy a new one, and I'm not. So we want to, this mat up here means to bring my mat in. It's bringing it in crooked. Hang on, that was my mistake. I want to take it out. My mistake. Let's just hold that. All right, so it's loaded my mat, and it's asking me to, does it want me to scan here? And I do, but I see this moved. See that? So we're going to see a few things moved. And we're going to try to get them squared away. Okay, I'm going to keep my hand under there just because it's unlevel. And I'm going to say start. So it's scanning in everything that's on that mat and taking a picture of it. And the pieces are moving on the back side. So they're not in the same place, but hopefully it got a good scan. I'm going to say, okay, let's see what we got. Up here, it's going to show you what we got in a second, as soon as it's recognizing it. Still recognizing. So let me find a USB. I don't know if I have an empty one, but we'll use this one. And actually, we did so many pieces, we should probably do a few pieces at a time. But let's see what we get. If not, we'll do it again. Sorry for the blurry vision. That's awful. My camcorder must be going. I'm having trouble with it, so I have to invest in a new one. All right, so we have our pieces. I want it to say outline, but here I want outside and inside. So I'm going to say outside, inside. And you can see that it's giving me an outline of all my pieces. Can you see that? Is that showing, bud? Okay, so with that, but inside it picked up all these other little things. All right, we're going to do something different. I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to go home. Do you want, okay to delete? Okay. I am going to take off this guy. We're going to work on him separately. And let's get these guys in here. Because I can say outside on all of this. I only need the outside. So we're going to say scan, scan to cut data, and we're going to say start. And I might be in color mode, so sometimes I play back and forth with the color mode, black and white or colored, and we just, okay. So all my pieces are there. I can say okay. So it's going to recognize these again. How does this work, bud? Oh, there it goes. I'm going to plug in my... All right, so it is, I plugged in my USB on the other side. I don't usually do that. Like I said, I send it up to the web version of Brother Canvas, and that worked great, but they're doing away with it, so I'm trying to get my process down for the home version. So we want the outside only, and now I have black lines around everything. I'm going to say save. Where do I want to save it? Do I want to save it to my machine? Scan and cut canvas online, USB or USB computer. Let me see which one I picked. I picked USB. So we're going to say USB. So it saved it as 00005, U00005 FCM. So say okay. So we have the first part done. Now we got to, oh, let's see. The white one, we can't really see it, right? It didn't even pick it up. So we're going to have to deal with that little guy separately. So we're going to now go home. We're going to start again. Okay to delete pattern. Yes, because I have it on my USB. Actually, let's just cancel. Let's just save it to my machine. Save it to my machine just in case something went awry. So that's 56 on my machine. So okay, now I can get out of it. I want to go home and say, okay. So now I'm back at home. Let's deal with the white piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to keep these little pieces in order. Was that right and left? Right and left. Okay. Now we got that piece. We'll put that piece. Heart and the star. All right. Now we need to deal with this white piece, and it's not seeing it from the scan and cut. So I usually have here a piece of cardstock, just cardstock or crafting paper, anything. Just I went up to Michael's and bought it. I'm going to put that under here. I'm going to put that piece on top, and now we're going to just repeat the pattern process. So we are going to go to scan to cut data. Okay. Actually, we don't need to deal with color. So let's go to the toolbar and go black and white. Let's see if we get a better outcome. So as that scans in, we will it's recognizing it. Still recognize it. Your machine might be newer and faster than my machine. So no judgment. Okay, so we have our outline. Let's see if we can say outline and say save. Okay. Oh, let's take this down. I can make what I want to save a little smaller. It gives it less to think about, less color to, instead of my big finger being in the way. Okay. Okay, it's not seeing it. There is no pattern. Okay, let's try another one. I think that didn't save. I want to go back. So that's part number 6. That's in there. So I just tried a different one. I'm going to do this again as color. Maybe it will go better. So we're going to say home. We're going to say okay. We're going to scan pattern, scan to cut data. This direct cut is if I was fussy cutting a flower out of a pattern, you could do that. Scan to cut data. We're going to change this. I'm going to go back to color and say okay and say start. And let's see what we get a better one. Here, meanwhile, I'm preparing my pieces and saving them. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all in the order that we scan them in so that when I place them, I know where to place them. So I'm going to put this one on top. And this is going to go in here then. All right, say okay. Maybe if we had a lighter piece of, instead of black and it being so harsh, let me see if I can find one. No, I don't have a different piece. I probably have it in the closet. That's buried. Let me see. Maybe it is time for a new machine. I don't know, but I'm pretty proud that I still have this machine. Okay, it took it. So I'm going to say save. I'm going to save it to the USB. Okay. And I'm also going to save to the machine. So I have that. So I have both of them. That did better. It did better in color. Okay, cool. So I'm going to put that piece on my tray. Now we need this guy. It's picking up all these versions in here. And I wonder if we do it reverse. If it won't, then I can reverse it again. Let's see if that works. Say okay and home. Okay. So now we're going to repeat the process again. Scan, scan to cut data. Let's just go with colored and we will say start. And we're going to, I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Say okay. It's recognized, it's thinking this black must throw it off. I'm not really sure, but that's what's nice about these is I can take a coloring book page and I could put it on here and it will scan it in and cut out exactly what I want it to do. So I want to do inside and outside because I want this inside and this outside to be recognized. So let's see all those things in there? That's not good. Let's, I would have to, delete all those pieces and keep what I want. So let's just save it to save it. And we'll save it to there. Okay. But we're going to work with it some more. So let's go home and say, okay, since this is a different color, let's do it on the white because you can see it. So let's try that. Scan to cut data. We're doing it in color. We're going to see. Actually, fingers crossed. Let's see. Not too bad. And again, we're going to I don't know what's up here that it's catching, but it is catching some lines up there. I might have to change it. We're going to say okay, let it recognize it, and let's see if we can get inside outside. If I'd say outside, it would do the whole outside, but then this inside would have to be manually done, and I'm not all about that. And we're going to say inside outside. Much better. See, I don't have all those things in there. We can deal with this. So let's say save. Save to my USB. Okay. And we're going to save to the machine just so I have it. And say okay. much less busyness in here. A little bit right here, we'll deal with that. And that looks great. So now we'll go home and we will say, okay. So now we're at home. We have all of our pieces scanned in. The next step is going to be to take these pieces on, oh, thanks, buddy. I'd be talking and talking till I realized. Do you want me to flip it up? Okay. The next step will be to take these pieces in the home version and let's see what they look like and get them cleaned up. So we will work on that in our next video. There will be no video next week. We're away. And then we will work on this. We'll come back and we'll work on this. I may film that on the side and then just post it in between here so we can get that out of the way. But anyway, so if you've joined me live, remember, put live in the comments. And if you've watched me on the replay, tell me replay so I can see who's doing what. But I'm so happy that you're here to watch the show or the class or come to my sewing room and do something with me. And we will get this put together